Femur has come all the way back. There's Wyndham, number 14, Tim Ferry, number 15, Larry Ward, number 10, LaRocca, number 5, as we're set to go for the first moto for the 250s in the year 2000. They're off and ready. A great start for Wyndham. Wyndham cuts to the inside. Kevin Wyndham the whole shot. Shane King, Albertine, Villeman, last year's winner Tortelli, all in the hunt now.
What a start for Kevin Wyndham, and LaRocca, I noticed, got a lot of wheel spin off that cement, got closed off right away. I don't see him anywhere in the top 10.
King in second place now on that 4-stroke as the group comes down the hill. Pretty clean start so far.
I still don't see LaRocca, so he must be almost in dead last. That's going to be horrible for him. It's so hard to work your way around the track. A couple of the guys are saying it's a little bit hard to pass because it's kind of fast, and it's going to be tough for him to work his way up.
You notice in that top 5, you had King from New Zealand, you had Albertine from South Africa, you had Tortelli and Villeman from France.
Well, you know, it's going to be tough for an American to win here today. I mean, if you think about the last 2 years, a Frenchman has won both times. And the favorites today, you got Albertine, you got Tortelli and Villeman. I mean, it's up to Wyndham and Carmichael really to raise that American flag.
Right now, it's Kevin Wyndham out in front. He looks very determined. Looks like he wants to pull out a lead right away.
He already has, and no question about Wyndham riding skill and his ability to open up a lead, but look at the company here.
Villeman trying to make a move for third place now. There's Ricky Carmichael, number 4.
Boy, Kevin is awesome in this opening lap, starting to pull away, and it's not like King is holding anybody up. I mean, you know, I'm looking at these top riders thinking, although King has been doing fantastic in the World Championship Series, he might be the weak link of this group, but he's not holding anybody up. Kevin's just pulling away.
Wyndham going through that sand section, number 14. Usually when he's had good starts in motocross, he'll end up in the top 3 positions. He had trouble fading, though, went out in front during the Supercross year. King is our leader, but right now King is being tested for second place by Greg Albertine, the defending champion. He makes the move into second. Here comes Villeman now, the next target. Bar to bar, Villeman takes the edge going up the hill against that 4-stroke.
Boy, that's impressive, because he's definitely at a power disadvantage, but he had a better line out of the corner, rubbed elbows with him, and look at all these guys coming. What a battle for second.
4-way battle really for second place if you count Ricky Carmichael coming up behind Tortelli.
And Wyndham, hear him coming out of the corner. He's already up the hill with a 5-second lead.
Let's check in with Davey Combs in the mechanics area.
Hey, if you don't think America's become the capital of the motocross world, check it out. Other than Kevin Wyndham out front, the next 4 guys have all won world championships. Shane King, a former 500 champion. Greg Albertine, 3-time world champion. David Villeman, a world supercross champion. And Sebastian Tortelli, 2-time world motocross champion. Kevin Wyndham, the only American leading the rest of the world right now.
The battle for 4th is on. There's Ricky Carmichael making a move.
No problem on Shane King right there. He hit that wall back there and just pinned it, jumped past him. He's trying to stay with this battle. He doesn't want to let Villeman get away. He was out here practicing with Villeman this week. They got into a lap time war, and he's trying to stay with him because he knows that David is fast.
Albertine, Villeman, and Carmichael in that order. Albertine has only been riding for something like 3 weeks, trying to recover from that broken femur of last year.
Well, I'm not surprised to see him up there right now. I'd be surprised to see him there at the end of the moto with this kind of pressure. Right now, he's holding on no problem, but he's taking some heat. Carmichael really applying the pressure, Art. I mean, he has answered every move. He and Villeman both have worked their way through the pack. Not the best starts, but they're starting to eat into that lead. It's all tightening up to Kevin Wyndham. The lead he had is shrinking.
Villeman, his first full season in America on a 250. He worked in the 250 World GPs last year just for the reason to ride a full 250 year here in the United States this season. And of course, Ricky Carmichael graduating from the 125 ranks of the outdoor motocross scene this season to the 250s.
Whoa, little mistake there by Albie.
And taking advantage of it to the inside is Villeman. What a move by David Villeman into second place. Ricky Carmichael is on the move behind Albie.
I think they gave Villeman the name the Cobra for the wrong reason. I always think of it as he's always able to strike, make his passes. Let's take a look at how it happens. Albie's going to come into the corner. He gets into these braking bumps. He just hits one a little bit wrong. He can't follow this berm right here, so he's got to go over it and mess here with all this loose soil. Villeman was close enough to take advantage.
Ricky Carmichael trying to be the opportunist now behind Albertine.
So far, every time Villeman's made a move, Ricky's made it too.
And it looks like he's going to try the same. Albie, though, doesn't want to give it up. This Glen Helen Raceway track necessitates some interesting changes to the bike setup.
Glen Helen is a track with a lot of big elevation changes. There's also some huge jumps here. Chad Watts, what are you going to do to set up Ricky Carmichael's 250?
As far as suspension-wise, we'll take a lot of the high-speed compression out so to absorb the bumps. As far as jetting, we're running a little bit leaner setting here because of the altitude. Gearing, we're running a 1450 for overall the heel pull and the good long start you need to rev out. And as far as like brakes, we're running the same style of brakes, only different when it's muddy. You run a different type of pad. And as far as like pipes, we're running a pro circuit pipe, the same kind all year long, unless the riders want something different.
It's a very dynamic track here. A lot of big hills, like I said, a lot of big jumps, and a long start. We'll see how Ricky Carmichael's KX250 stacks up.
And that's our Kawasaki bike setup for this week.
Look at Ricky just pin it down the hill. Albie closes him off again. I don't think he meant to that time. That was just his line. Ricky all over the place on the brakes. He looks impatient right now to me, Art. He's trying to get around Albie and stay with Villeman, who's starting to open a little bit of a gap now.
Looks like his setup's pretty good.
I don't think he cares right now. I think it's all heart and determination coming down that hill. Bike's bucking him all over the place. Not to say that it's set up bad. He's just pushing it to the limit.
Ricky Carmichael, many feel, rides at about 95% anyway, but has the ability to kick it into another gear.
Looks to me like he's already in that gear. Look at that, right around the
outside
of Albie, no problem. He's in his zone.
Ricky hails from the flatlands of Florida, but he's 6 for 6 on this track.
I like the hills. It's a little on the steep side compared to what I'm used to, but you know, it's fun, something different. It's a pretty fast track. A lot of guys are going fast. It's kind of difficult to make up time. But you know, I haven't had a problem here in the past, so I should be all right.
That's an understatement. In the 125s, he's won 6 motos in 6 tries here at Glen Helen.
He reaches up right there and messes with his helmet again. I don't know what he does. I think Davey asked him about that, and he said he didn't even know. It's just a habit. But he didn't have much time to reach up right there. He was only in the air for a split second.
There's David Villeman in second place, Ricky Carmichael in third. Carmichael, the former 3-time 125 motocross champion with 25 125 wins before graduating. We'll be right back with more 250 action. Glen Raceway, and we've got a battle going on for first place. Kevin Windham established as much as a 6-second lead, but David Villeman in 9:34 on the Yamaha has crept up and is challenging Windham now for first place.
This is going to mess with Windham too, Art, because he had a great lead, was pulling away, everything was going smooth. I think he felt like his pace was going to be good enough, but not even close. These guys erased that deficit, and there goes Villeman.
Villeman makes the pass into the lead. Windham settles back into second, but he's got Ricky Carmichael on the move. Well, you can't sit still on this track. Too many good passing areas. And there's Carmichael making the move. Windham from first to third, just like that.
And look how far he's dropped behind Villeman already. That's demoralizing. And I don't see the same intensity in Windham anymore. He just dropped down that hill like very casual. Looked like it was practice.
In front of the biggest crowd they've ever had, and Villeman goes down. Oh, in that sand whoop section. Villeman hits the deck. What a break now for Ricky Carmichael and company.
That was weird. I know that's a tricky section, but what a strange crash. I think that caught him completely by surprise. Watch this. He gets bucked. Looks like his chin hit the throttle. And that's what really forced him to crash. He was a little squirrely, but so what? This is motocross. But look at this. His hand is upside down on the handlebars as he goes to take off, and he'll turn his hand back around, readjust his helmet, and grab the handlebar normal.
Good eyes, Bailey.
I noticed everything. Oh, no.
Oh, stalling out. Tortelli So Tortelli loses second place now after moving up after the Villeman crash.
I'll tell you what, you cannot afford any mistakes out here, and Ricky hasn't made one yet, and he's gone.
Sebastian Tortelli, number 21. He has one national win. That was here last year. There's Ricky Carmichael.
Look at that lead. I mean, that's really just from mistakes. Albie was the only guy that really hasn't made a mistake. He just got passed. Now from other riders' mishaps and Kevin just losing his rhythm, he's gotten back up into second, so it really picked up. It looked like Albie was starting to fade, but he's been smart here, and he's inherited second again.
Can Ricky Carmichael win his 7th moto in 7 tries here at Glen, Helen? His first on a 250. Number 1, Greg Albertine, won the championship, but his worst finish last season was here at Glen Helen, an 8th place start after motos of 6 and 9. And he certainly has improved on that fact if he can hold on to second.
I'm impressed to this point, because this is getting into the part of the moto where you're getting a little bit tired. He's still holding on, holding his own over Kevin Windham still. I think of Carmichael. Just, he is wide open everywhere. The bike's dancing around a little bit underneath him. It doesn't seem to bother him, though. He hasn't slowed down at all.
Carmichael performing in tremendous form right now, pulling a lead. Let's go down to Davey Coombs, who's with Chad Watts, RC's mechanic.
Chad, you said earlier you were a little bit nervous about the first 250 race. Now how you feel? Ricky just moved into the lead.
I'm still even more nervous now. I mean, we got 39 guys behind us, so, man, I don't know what to say. A little flustered.
What was the expectations coming into this race, being the first 250 national for Ricky and all?
Just to get a good finish. He really had no expectations. He was kind of unknown Thursday, but his lap times have kind of proved itself, so hopefully his endurance is good and the bike keeps working good, and it's a good combo.
A battle going on between Team Honda teammates. And it's Kevin Windham, number 14, and Sebastian Tortelli, number 21, and this is for 3rd place. Tortelli cutting to the inside. Tortelli looks very smooth, David.
Gets the power down to the ground a little earlier than Kevin right there, and that was a weird line. I thought when he went wide, he was opening the door for Villeman back there, but it paid off perfect. And, you know, who can ever forget the ride that Tortelli put in here last year? I never will. Coming from behind, he just made everyone look slow, and pretty much the same type of racetrack, same soil, same types of bumps, the hills. He's obviously comfortable, and he's starting to work his way to the front, Art.
Seems to me it was near last place, if not last place in that one moto when he came back and won it. Tortelli also a first-time winner in a season Supercross opener. Of course, that was the Los Angeles Coliseum.
Now he's got some work to do here. Look at Villeman around that outside. That was working in the 125 class.
Villeman moves into 4th behind Tortelli. And Windham now continues to go backward.
Kevin is definitely struggling right now. It could be a little bit tight right here. He's talked about that a lot in the Supercross, and the pressure that he got. I mean, I don't know how many times Kevin could keep using that excuse, but he definitely got a lot of pressure.
Whoa, Tyler Evans in the bales.
Well, that's at the bottom of one of those big downhills. That looks like the one after the start. Look at the lead. Carmichael is starting to open up. Albie's still riding strong. He's got a good lead over Tortelli, but Tortelli's moving up.
And look at Villeman right behind Tortelli, the 2 Frenchmen.
Villeman totally changed his line. He's like, the heck with those ruts. I'm going wide. He's just copying the line of Tortelli and those guys up ahead of him. I think that might be working a little bit better. Get a better run at the double jump.
Villeman, who comes off such an outstanding first year in the 250s in Supercross, is now in 4th place behind Tortelli, Albertine, and our leader, Carmichael. We'll be back. From the 250s in our first moto.
Watch Villeman come in on the outside. Look how close. He's actually got a duck under Kevin. Look at their feet right here. Just up off the ground, skimming right where they want to be. Perfect form by both riders. But Villeman in that little bit faster outside berm makes the pass. And look how scary it got for Tyler Evans. That's ugly. Hitting braking bumps, swapping all the way down the hill. Gets into the hay bales. He goes down. Our cameraman backing up. Can't see where he's going. He steps on something. He goes down.
But he kept it rolling.
That's right.
Tyler Evans knew from the very moment at the beginning he was going down. It just was a matter of time. Ricky Carmichael has checked out, but that's not the case here for second place between two former GP world champions. Tortelli trying to hold off Albertine.
That's a little bit of battle of the egos right here. Tortelli winning a world championship, Albie winning 3 of them. But they're still losing time to Carmichael right now. He is so impressive and so fast, and he is actually faster now than he was in the beginning.
And here comes Tortelli, holding on now.
Rut is getting deeper and deeper. You can see those guys fighting. The fork legs are dragging all the way through there. They got it right on the very toes of their feet.
And we've got to hand it to Jeremy McGrath, number 2.
You know, I've been watching him all day as he's putting the pressure on Kevin right here. He's got a little better line. Yep, it's been working. The guy that's coming around that outside, he gets the inside of the next corner, so Jeremy moves up another spot. And I've been watching Jeremy. I'll tell you what, he's nowhere near the leaders, and that's got to be a little bit disappointing and maybe even a little bit embarrassing for a guy like McGrath. But I have so much respect. He has not given up. He has tried his tail off everywhere around the racetrack, even making little mistakes here and there. It shows me he's pushing as hard as he can.
Jeremy McGrath moving into the top 5.
Look at that bike dancing around a little bit. I don't think anyone had quite as much PR to do coming into this race. I know he wasn't nearly as prepared as he would like to have been.
Well, he's probably only racing the race because his sponsor, Chaparral, lives just a few miles down the highway.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of reasons that he's doing it. And, you know, I don't think his heart is in it the same as it would be if this were a Supercross.
Just coming off his 7th Supercross championship in 8 years. As we take a look at our leader, Ricky Carmichael, he is still just flying.
You know, I'd like to say flawless, but it's different. I'm going to say spectacular, a little bit on the edge. Flawless would be smooth. There's nothing smooth about the way he's riding out there. He's taking chances. The bike's dancing around. He's actually a little bit scary to watch every lap on the downhill, but it doesn't seem to bother him. He's pulling away and in control.
He's in the final lap of our first moto of the 250s. Stefan Roncada winning the 125 first moto, and Ricky Carmichael on his way of winning his very first 250 moto.
I think Ricky has gotten comfortable with the idea, as he did another little swap back there, that's what it's going to take to win motos. I mean, most guys, I would be uncomfortable with bikes swapping around and taking little chances like he does, but it doesn't bother him, and that's why he's so dominant outdoors.
And the checkered flag for Ricky Carmichael. Well, he's dreamt about this moment, David Bailey.
You can see that. He dropped his shoulders, fist pumped. He knows what this means.
And there's Tortelli, number 21, and Albertine, number 1.
See how close all those guys were, and in fourth, staying pretty close. And